And it's Tsitsipas out first, the number 5 seed this week. And the world number 7 had a nice jump in the rankings after last week's title. His third at Masters level, 12 to 7 he jumped in the rankings. Looking to consolidate further his spot inside the top 10. Casper Ruud just one place higher, in fact. That's why he's the number 3 seed this week, world number 6. There'll be some, Colin, who didn't see last week's match because it's so recent, it's relevant, right? Just a few days ago, these two played on the same surface. Obviously, conditions are slightly different, aren't they, from tournament to tournament, but it is a repeat of that Monte Carlo final. That's a good sign for Ruud. And I thought Casper's comments yesterday after his semi-final win were quite telling. He said if you think about all the consequences of winning a tournament, you can be nervous and not play at your best level. That's what happened to me last week in Monte Carlo. So clearly feels like maybe just put a bit too much pressure on himself. And he didn't play at his best, did he? I mean, that's
yeah, it was
part of the story.
Relatively poor performance, I think, from Ruud. The forehand really didn't deliver as a result of the mentality, I think. Probably overplaying it, overforcing it, just overthinking the match.
Made 20 unforced errors in last week's final, 15 unforced off the forehand wing. It's got to be working better for him today, that shot. Credit to Tsitsipas, though, who, of course, played a good match. Stepped up. And it's threatening to be a similar start. He lost serve early in that Monaco final. That seemed to set the tone for the first set.
Yeah, this is shaky from Ruud. 3 gifts. Double fault and an error on the forehand and the backhand. 2 break points already.
Saves the first.
30-40.
Tsitsipas was able to expose Ruud's second serve as well, looking at some of the numbers from last week. Just 37% success rate behind the second serve for the match, 30% in the first set. Oh dear, that is a bit of a rough opening game for Casper Ruud. He's already behind the 8 ball.
That's a tough start. Is that a hangover perhaps from the final last week? It'll definitely hurt more because you know he's only human. Probably in his mind he's thinking, I can't believe I've done it again. You know, started slowly, started poorly. Ideal for Tsitsipas.
Mum and Dad courtside for Steph. Charampa had to get involved twice yesterday. Felt that Apostolos was overstepping the mark with the verbal coaching courtside after he lost the first set and again during the second set.
15-7. 15 love.
I thought Ruud was in a pretty strong position here, just didn't get enough on the spot.
Inside once. 15.
Relatively new physio on the team for Tsitsipas, Safe Vardani, who was one of the ATP Tour physios. He's been moving around the player box a bit. There he is in the back, the sort of lime green t-shirt and the cap behind Apostolos. Sometimes front row, sometimes back row. Apostolos always front and centre. He was on the sort of the edge, wasn't he, in terms of coaching yesterday, Apostolos Tsitsipas against Lajovic.
15-30.
Yeah, no problem there when he's at the same end, but yesterday Nacho Forcadell had to intervene. He was shouting down the court, which isn't allowed. He was also trying to have a long conversation with Tsitsipas after the first set. Again, not allowed to sort of stop and have long conversations.
Breezy today, as you can see from the movement of Steph's shirt. That's been an issue through the week. Complicates things a little bit. It's a nice combination. We've seen the kicker out wide a lot today to the ad courts. Both will try and expose one another's backhands.
Simple things. Let's go. Come on, take your time.
Something a little different from Ruud there, up on the baseline for the return and attacking straight into the Tsitsipas forehand. Does mix that in every now and again, but usually returns from very deep, looking to get the big hits in.
Just deep.
Avantage Tsitsipas.
Looking to extend his win streak to 11 matches this afternoon. 6 in Monte Carlo. Some quality wins there. Beat the likes of Echeverry easily. Zverev in straight sets. Hachanov, Sinner in 3 sets in the semis.
Tsitsipas.
Only the second player to beat the Italian this season. In the last 4 last week.
2 games to love.
Casper with a significant win over Novak Djokovic that same day in the semis. So it was a good stay for both of them in the Principality. There's Casper's team just behind him down this end. His girlfriend is there. No dad this week. We do see Christian Ruud, of course, coaching his son, and he's on tour with him a fair bit. But leaving things to Petro Klar, is it this week?
Yeah, former Spanish pro.
13.
Associated with the Rafa Nadal Academy. That's where Ian Ruud hooked up.
Θέλω καθαρή επαφή πάνω στην μπάλα. Okay? Πάμε.
Quaranta-second. 40 love.
Come on.
Ruud.
It was an important hold of serve. I know it's early in the match, but you don't want to
Tsitsipas
get
guanya 2-0.
Πάτα μέσα, φέρε βάρος πάνω στην μπάλα, αλλιώς δεν βγαίνει.
2 games to
too
1.
far behind. Too much catching up to do on the board, but Tsitsipas with the break, 2-1.
I guess if you are going to play a bad game, as Ruud did, the first game of the match is as good a time as any to do it. Maximum time to recover. Slightly behind the 8 ball though.
Another full centre court for final state. Sold out from Wednesday onwards, of course. The return of Rafa Nadal was a big story here this week. Played his first match for a few months on Tuesday, beating Coppoli from Italy before that defeat to Alex de Minaur. So that was it was a big success for the tournament and for Rafa overall. We hope to see him in Madrid, Masters 1000 level. That kicks off in a few days on Wednesday, and then Rafa will be hoping to play Rome and Paris one more time, of course. But another successful staging of this historic event, an event that Nadal has won on 12 occasions. Guaranteed a brand new name on the trophy this year. One of these guys will take over from Carlos Alcaraz, who has winning the last 2 editions. Pellegrini Busta 2022 final and Tsitsipas in last year's final. And he'll be the first non-Spaniard to win this event since Dominic Thiem in 2019. Yeah, it's a nice combination, nice drop shot, but clever move forward as well, isn't it? Positioning after the drop shot is important.
Yeah, it's a really nice play. Doesn't want to allow Ruud to settle into a sort of deep court position where he can use his heavy artillery. It's almost like a short slice, sort of drop shot hybrid there, wasn't it? And as you say, ghosting in behind. Very smart.
Brenda 30-15. 40-15. 14-15. Tsitsipas. Tsitsipas guanya 3 jocs al.
So
3
like
games to 1.
last Sunday in Monaco, he's made a good start. Tsitsipas dominating these early stages.
It's been
a very, very good season so far for Casper, even though he hasn't got a title on the board. Leads the tour in terms of wins, 28 so far this season, and finals made as well. There's that play again, the drop shot, and then ghosting in.
Yeah, almost a carbon copy.
15.
And he, as I say, he's almost playing it as like a really short ball to bring Ruud in. I don't feel like he's trying to win the point with that. He's just trying to disrupt his court position and rhythm. And it's worked beautifully so far.
Brenda Kinsey. 13-15.
Big times this week where Ruud's serve has been frustrating for him. Rhythm slightly off, but 13 of 14 first serve so far here. Positive sign.
Well, it was a shaky start, but a couple of good service games since for Casper Ruud. Starting to get his teeth into this final in this first set. Tsitsipas still with the break, 3-2. Fourth final already this season for Casper, as I was just saying. Los Cabos and Acapulco back-to-back finals down in Mexico. Outdoor hardcourt tournaments, 250 and then a 500. Ruud losing to Jordan Thompson, surprisingly really, in that Los Cabos final after beating Tsitsipas in the semis there, and then lost to Alex de Minaur in Acapulco. De Minaur defending his title there. And then of course last week's final in Monaco. So certainly improvements this season in terms of the start of the year for Casper. Says it's his best start to a season ever. Certainly reflected in the number of wins he's been able to accumulate by this stage of the year. Who's going in the pool later, Colin?
Tradition.
It's ready and waiting. Whoever wins this tournament gets to launch themselves into that swimming pool. Part of the tournament tradition started apparently back in 1991. Emilio Sanchez Vicario was the first player to do that, and it's been part of this event ever since. I don't know of anywhere else that's part of the celebrations.
Well, Jim Courier jumped in the Yarra a couple of times after winning Australia, but it's not a tradition.
I think I'd rather go for the pool, personally.
I think Emilio Sanchez-Vicar was pushed in by the ball kids, wasn't he? Hence them becoming part of the tradition, jumping in with the champion.
We've seen Rafa hurl himself into that water 12 times here in Barcelona. It's unusual not to have a Spaniard involved in the final. They've dominated this tournament. Not only Alcaraz and Nadal, but if you go back a bit further, Verdasco's won this title, Robredo, Carlos Moya, Juan Carlos Ferrero, Felix Mantilla, Albert Costa, Carlos Costa. The list goes on. Dear. Shaky start to game 6.
0-30. Love 30.
You don't tell me. I know what I'm talking about.
Just got caught under that overhead. Plenty of chat in the box.
15-30.
Tsitsipas lost the first set yesterday. He became engaged in what the chair umpire felt was a conversation after that first set. The chair umpire had to get out of his chair and stop that conversation. Ruud fighting back.
What a brilliant slice backhand he found there. Deep
40.
into the Tsitsipas forehand corner,
15,
catching him off guard. And surely he'll have to hit an overhead.
In front, come on.
2 chances to strike back.
Trenta 40. 30-40.
Ό,τι και να γίνει, μέχρι το τέλος. Πάμε. Και να βλέπω σφιγμένη γροθιά. Πάμε. Απλά πράγματα, βασικά.
Second chance. Oh, yes, what a pass to break back. And we're back level.
3 games over.
Not rushing, come on.
Take your time, come on.
Since that poor opening game from Ruud, he's probably been the better player. So not only back on serve, but he'll be feeling good about things moving forward now. Watch this guy hit forehands all day. It's just remarkable how explosive it is.
Slow rhythm in the serve, come on.
There, talk about the rhythm on the serve again. That's been a message all week. Just the way he loads the legs and then just launches himself into the forehand. It's so athletic.
At some point, clever little approach from Tsitsipas up the line, fading away from Casper Ruud.
That's it, come on.
Inza Iwans. 52.
Keep that up, come on.
Vamos. Let's go.
There's a lot of messages coming at Steph at times, isn't there?
Come on.
Here his father after most points, his mum offering a bit of advice there, then his physio.
Sometimes wonder how he keeps it together. It's what works for him and his team, though, isn't it? You know, there's a lot of emotion. That's what the root of it. Emotion and passion and competitiveness.
Yeah, I didn't fully explain exactly what happened yesterday after that first set. So he engaged in a conversation with his father and was stayed in that corner as his opponent was sitting down at the change of ends, and the rules dictate that. Well, here we go, right on cue. Not sure where that interruption came from. A bit out of the blue, that, wasn't it? Can only assume it was an over-enthusiastic fan.
30 Iwans. 32.
Wasn't sure if this was the right decision to take it on the drive volley. Tsitsipas not really able to do anything though, and an easy overhead in the end. Great backhand line, wasn't it though? Just catching Tsitsipas off guard. Tactic that both players are kind of looking for, because they both want to move left to the backhand corner to hit the run around forehand. That means there's going to be space
Strong mind. Come on.
for the backhand down the line.
Come on. Heavy.
It's a good point, a good hold. And it's been a nice fight back from Casper Ruud. 4-3. Still unfinished. Explaining what happened yesterday, just quickly. So it was a scenario like that. Tsitsipas stayed in that corner talking to his father for some time, and the chair umpire was trying to get their attention to stop that conversation. Eventually had to get out of the chair and approach the Tsitsipas family and ask them to stop that chatter, because the rules dictate that you're only allowed to have what they qualify as a conversation if your opponent leaves the court for a bathroom break or they're having a medical timeout. That's what the rule book says. So that's why Nacho Forcadell had to step in, and then Dusan in the second set
Stefanos, next time I have to take action when you speak to them, okay?
complained that Apostolos Tsitsipas was shouting instructions down the court. It was the opposite end of Steph. It looks like umpire's getting ready to step in again. Picked up a little bit of audio during the sit down. We think the chair umpire just warning Steph once again about, I don't think it's the frequency that Apostolos is talking to him, it's when he's talking to him. You're not allowed to give verbal coaching when your player is down the far end from your coaching box.
Yeah, that's correct. It's definitely something we're going to keep an eye on here. And this will be an interesting game for Tsitsipas. New balls coming into play.
Is that what you picked up on during the sit down? There seemed to be some conversation there, didn't there?
I think it's two things. I think it's not stopping for an elongated conversation when Tsitsipas is at the same end as his father, and also making sure Apostolos isn't shouting too much down the court when Tsitsipas is at the far end as he is now.
0-15. No 15.
And these rules are in play to, ensure that the play is continuous. It's not been disrupted by big, elongated coaching conversations, and also there's sort of respect and fairness for the opponent. Sort of shouting down past them to your player. He's looking shaky, isn't he?
He is.
Last 10 or so minutes.
They win 15.
No mistake this time with the overhead. This is an important game for Tsitsipas now, having had the lead. It's up 3-1, remember. Needs to just steady the ship here.
Against 14-15.
It's been a good play, throwing the short ball in so far. Throws Ruud's rhythm off from the back of the courts. Nice look at this famous club celebrating its 125th anniversary this year, the Real Club de Tennis Barcelona. Wealthy northwest district of this city.
No 15.
Formed back in 1899, this tennis club, by a group of English families that moved to the city, started a lawn tennis club.
Inside ones. 15.
Delicately done.
13-15.
Yeah, this ball's dipping. It's actually quite a nice ball to play that drop volley off. Dipping ball, you always just cut the racket underneath it.
Cleanest drive volley, but crucially got it back behind Ruud. Impossible
31.
for the Norwegian to spin round and get the racket on that.
It's when Tsitsipas is at his best, taking the ball early, transitioning. Does it so well.
Serve number still very good for Casper Ruud.
14 sets.
He's missed 4 first serves so far. %84% of his first deliveries have gone in. And it will be all eyes on Tsitsipas in a few moments as he serves to stay in this first set. 5-4.
Amantes del tenis, atents a les pantalles que venen sorpreses. Arriba la nostra Final Count.
Nice view of this fabulous city, the sea and the beaches beyond at the top of the picture. A little bit of an idea of the tennis club and the facility. See a number of play courts. Famous swimming pool, paddle courts, of course. Paddle very big in this part of the world. So many of the Spanish players have had an association with this club over the years. Nadal, one of those. Around 8,000 or so the capacity of this centre court, renamed Pista Rafa Nadal in the great man's honour, his achievements at this tournament over the years. That was 2017. This court took Rafa's name. Not sure anybody's going to go on and win it 12 times anytime soon. Maybe I'm wrong, but that would be some effort.
It'll take at least 12 years. That's not exactly soon, is it? I think it'll be Pista Rafa Nadal for, well, forever. Rightly so.
What do they do if Alcaraz wins it 13 times?
47. 14. So, Tsitsipas. Single rewards. 5 games over.
Ruud still mixing around with his return position. No impact at all in that game.
Heavy, come on.
Oh, right into the sharp end of this opening set now.
In the second. 15.
Come on.
Seconds. 15.
It's the way, come on.
Ασέτιμος. Και από κλείσε δεξιά κάτω.
He's just pushed it wide. Pressure building on Ruud.
In the 20.
Come on, one more step. Come
15. 30.
Can't afford to start missing forehands at this stage.
On. 31.
Forehand working well that time. I think overall, Colin, much better than it was performing this time last week.
Yeah, definitely. He's so good at that cross-court forehand because of the spin he generates. He can play fast angles and his ball will dip into the court where others would miss wide.
Oh, brilliant. Well, a really good game from Ruud, having missed that forehand to go down 15-30. Could have got tight.
6 games to 5.
this set has on either player. Casper Ruud in prime position to strike here. Tsitsipas serving 5-6. The backhand called long. Casper looking for the mark. He thinks he's found it.
This one here.
Looking to get the height over the net to get the depth. And just give it
Not 50.
slightly too much.
Brilliant clay court tennis. Aggressive off the forehand wing, moved in at just the right time. And how about the finish?
It's the first forehand for me was the crucial one. So many players would be pushed back by that return from Ruud, but Tsitsipas quick to get round, play a forehand, and actually sort of counter into Ruud's forehand corner.
That's sensational. A moment of magic.
15-30.
It's one of the shots of the set.
15-30.
Sometimes it's these shots that win you a set. A tight set like this. A couple of brilliant backhands he's produced in the last two games. And another, this time it was off the return. It set up the forehands, so Casper Ruud could be in business here.
What a return of serve. It was a
15-40.
bit of a gamble for Tsitsipas, a calculated gamble to serve volley, but Ruud just saw him coming and got the return wide enough. And he is getting hot just at the right time here.
Set points for the Norwegian. And he strikes. Produced his best tennis when it mattered most. And he's a set away from the Barcelona title.
¿Queréis un poco de agua?
Well, he started the set with 0 and he finished it as a hero, didn't he? I mean, talk about contrast. Just donated his opening service game to Tsitsipas, but from there he just grew into the set and he played his very best tennis when it mattered most. The 2 points to close out his service hold at 5-all was sensational, and he carried that into the final game. 12 winners to 8. Ruud's forehand is delivering in Barcelona, where it faltered in Monte Carlo. There's the run of breaks. Able to break back in game 6, that was important. And it's Tsitsipas and his team with some solutions to find here in the final.
So is Casper Ruud closing in on his first title above ATP 250 level.
Al servei, Casper Ruud.
David Ferrer, tournament director, former 4-time finalist. Lost 4 finals to Nadal. Tsitsipas joining Ferrer and Guillermo Vilas, the famous Argentine, in terms of reaching this final on 4 occasions. Ferrer lost all 4 finals, and Vilas did as well. That's how tough it is to get your name on the honours board here.
30-0.
Casper looking to become the first Scandinavian to win this event since Sweden's Kent Carlsen. That was back in 1988. Another Swede, Robin Söderling, made the final 2010. That was when Verdasco won. Really did hit a purple patch, didn't he, Casper Ruud, towards the end of that set. That backhand to hold at 6-5. Another beauty to go up 30-15 on Steph in that next game. There was that backhand return, a nice little slice backhand dink as well on the set point. Talk about his forehand a lot, don't we? But it was the backhand actually that caught fire at the end of that set.
Yeah, a few stunning backhands down the line.
Second set.
And maybe an opportunity for him to just keep the run going here. Big gain coming for Tsitsipas now. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of chat coming from the box. Perhaps just a chance for Ruud here to really grab this final by the scruff of the neck.
It's 3-1 up in the first set, Tsitsipas.
Δώσε λίγο πιο βαθιές μπάλες. Κι ας τον σου χτυπάει Winner με βαθιές μπάλες. Come on.
He's only won 2 games since. Again, Casper Ruud wins the opening points of a Tsitsipas service game.
This is where if you're Ruud, you've got to have that killer instinct. You know, keep the intensity, keep the quality high here. It's a chance to win the final, win the title in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Tsitsipas wins the cat and mouse. Stayed calm.
15-0.
It's another quality clay court point from both.
30-15. 30-15.
Just that ability, doesn't he, Tsitsipas, to come forward, even on a clay court, impose himself. Big presence when he gets up at the net.
He's won 11 of 15 net points so far. It's working for him.
It's that one area where they differ. Tsitsipas just got a little bit more quality in that department.
Yeah, it's more natural to him. He's far more comfortable sort of taking the ball on the rise, moving through it and transitioning to the net. Ruud likes to be on the baseline, get set and really load up for the big hits. Not as comfortable sort of moving up and moving through the ball. Not to say that he can't do it, but Tsitsipas is maybe the best in the game at the moment in terms of transitioning. Something that Federer was maybe the best ever at, taking the ball on the rise, coming in.
Back-to-back doubles, and he's in trouble here.
Up on the serve.
Let's go.
Is world class, because Casper Ruud was clubbing those forehands into his backhand corner, was able to defend and then produce a bit of inspiration.
Yeah, he did so well there. His backhand stood up to the test. A little surprised that Ruud didn't get a play on this ball. Just wasn't quite set.
Quality finish to the game despite the wobble.
One game.
Come on, Steph, let's roll here. Come on.
Let's go.
Una bola allà. One sec, Casper. Una bola a l'altre costat.
Right on cue, a nice transition forward from the Norwegian.
15 love.
Come on.
Ruud deserves credit for the way he's performing here. The Monte Carlo final would have been disappointing, it would have hurt. And when he played a poor first game, he thought, oh no, is it going to happen again? Playing some of his best tennis of the week though, I would say.
30 love.
Elevated his game from the semi-final yesterday.
Don't want to dwell on the negatives too much, but it's worth pointing out that it's been a while since Ruud has won a final as well. He's lost 3 this year. Lost Cabos Acapulco last week in Monaco, and if you go back a bit further,
40 love.
it's actually 5 in a row that have got away from him. Lost in Borstad last summer, and of course Roland Garros to Djokovic. Since his last tournament win, which is now over a year ago, that was in Estoril in Portugal. It took place a couple of weeks ago.
βαθιά και μετά κόλλα κοντά στη γραμμή. Δεν μπορείς να είσαι πολύ πίσω. Μείνε 2 μέτρα τη γραμμή μετά την επαφή.
Another hold for Ruud.
Ruud goes short zone.
Continues to serve well.
2 games to 1.
Amant del tenis, atents a les pantalles que venen sorpreses. Arriba la nostra Franca.
Still up for Nadal and always glory. It's over 8,000 capacity. Fantastic attendance all week. It's a prestigious event.
Tennis.
It's good luck, isn't it? The infrastructure that has to be put in place for a tournament like this. Every year, the hard work that goes into these events, staging them. Weeks and weeks of preparation before the ATP circus comes to town. Sounded different, that one, didn't it? And he really lets rip with that forehand.
Yeah, that was above head height as well. It's not easy to generate power from up there.
And another. He started a lot of Tsitsipas service games well, hasn't he? Last 3 or 4 service games from the Greek. He's got up early. Pressure starts to have an effect after a while.
Yeah, and since 5-all, the winners are continuing to float. There's that pressure. Continually down on serve. You know, you can ill afford to cough up an error like that. Could this be the decisive moment in this final?
It's a poor game. And Ruud makes his breakthrough. Or finish to the game, I should say, because it was a good start to the game from Casper Ruud to initially build the pressure, and felt like that had an effect. The 2 missed forehands, and he's in prime position now. Set and a break, closing in on the biggest title of his career. Looks a bit flat all of a sudden, doesn't he, Tsitsipas?
Yeah, it's been a tough set and a half for him. But he's invested so much in this week, come through so many tough moments. Can't expect him to go down with that fight here.
Zero 15. Low 15.
This now becomes a big game for Ruud, of course. Looking to consolidate, extend his lead.
Inside was 15. Inside 30. 15-30. Watts. 30 all.
Seventeenth unforced error from the Greek today. Done. That was not easy. Really good dig from Tsitsipas. Watch that carefully.
40-30.
Yeah, very missable. Did so well to put the brakes on here. Just stabilize himself and just prod that over the net. Ruud, remember, looking for his first title above ATP 250 level. That's not nothing. He's got to handle his emotions here.
So good. That backhand looks so straightforward. It was far from it. Brilliant conclusion to the game. 2 games away, getting his hands on the trophy.
What a fantastic performance this is becoming from Casper Ruud. He's outplaying Tsitsipas. Down 15-30. Opportunity to wobble there, but comes up with the goods, consolidates the break. Two games away now from being the champion in Barcelona.
La pati Casquedi, ¿vale? La pati Casquedi. Casquedi.
Fans courtside, loving this number.
It doesn't matter if you're in the cheap seats or the VIPs, everyone will dance to Sweet Caroline.
10.
Casper Ruud now with a healthy lead. sets and 4-1. Just a couple of games away from one of the most significant victories of his career. He's played finals above ATP 250 level before, of course. He has 10 of those titles. How he would dearly love to win this tournament. The finals is lost above ATP 250 level. He's played some really big ones. 3 at Grand Slam level, 2 Roland Garros finals and a US Open final, 1 season-ending championships final, the NITO ATP finals. That was the back end of 2022 where he lost to Djokovic. 2 at Masters level. First Masters final coming in Miami in 2022. Lost to Alcaraz in that one, and then Tsitsipas last week in Monaco. And 1 500 final. That was earlier this year. That was Acapulco.
30 love.
Allez, come on.
Brenda 15. 30-15.
Come on, come on. Push him back.
There was a risk
31.
approaching into the Ruud forehand.
30.
Αν δεν είσαι σίγουρος για winner, παίξε έξω πρώτα. Come on, no problem.
Shot the work from at times in the opening set.
Come on, stay tough with him. Come on.
Felt as if he used it there when he's looking for a way out rather than controlling the point. Ruud has been relentless since 5-all first set.
50.
Breakpoint saved.
He was. Hughes. Avantage Ruud.
Surely it would be game over if we can break again here. Oh, that was a chance.
Yeah, maybe just hesitated slightly, waited for it. I mean, that was the match, that forehand, really, wasn't it? Double break here. It's all but done.
Tsitsipas.
A positive body language from Tsitsipas. We haven't seen too much of that today. Believes he's still in this if he can hold. And he does hold. It's back to 4-2, and how much will that missed forehand affect Ruud now? Back to the back of his mind and produce another good game on serve here.
(15-0). 15-0.
Good first point.
Take your time.
Cool rhythm. Come on, cool rhythm.
It's a good number. 2 points dropped behind that first serve. And set number 2. First serve percentage still in the 80s. I know he's not going for it all the time, but it does help to stop your opponent taking control off the return. A+ for that service game after the missed chances in the previous game.
Ruud guanya 5 jocs a 2. 5 games to 2.
Closing in. 5-2.
Les pantalles que venen sorpreses. Arriba la nostra fan cam.
Has to hold then. Simple as that now for Tsitsipas, if he's to keep this final alive. Casper Ruud on the brink of victory.
0-15. No 15.
Just lost the feeling on his serve. 2 double faults in the game. He was broken from 40-15. They were really costly in hindsight.
Just has to keep pushing here. We've seen it so many occasions where a player is trying to serve out a big match, big final, and then comes unstuck. Nerves can affect anybody in this sport. Tsitsipas will be aware of that. Just to try and put Ruud under pressure by holding here, but in a bit of a hole now. Norwegian just 2 points from finishing the job. Was that good? It's very close.
It's pretty much the perfect serve if that's clipped the line. Ruud eventually accepting the call.
31.
Just shot through on him off the line.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the reason he was late on the ball, but it still just adds to the other short forehand missed.
And adds to the tension.
Yeah.
Lucky break for Tsitsipas there. Who holds. Keeps this final alive. So a fascinating couple of minutes about to unfold. It's been so clean on serve, Casper Ruud, so far in this set. He's only dropped 3 points on serve so far in set number 2. That's a gift for Casper Ruud. See that drop wide. Just makes everything seem a little bit more achievable. 3 points rather than 4 required. The real signs that he's feeling the tension. Almost home and dry. support team on the edge of their seats. Championship point.
Gracias.
It's deep, and he's done it. It is the biggest title of Casper Ruud's career, his first ATP 500 trophy. And his first above 250 level. He gets revenge over Tsitsipas after last week's defeat in Monaco. He is the Barcelona champion. How does that feel, Casper? This one's been coming, and that will feel good. Gets it done in straights today. 7-5, 6-3.
La germana del Casper Ruud. Agraïm també a tots els jugadors, a les autoritats, a la presència del nostre sponsor principal amb el seu president